is a part of the health and wellness wing, and she has been instrumental in organizing this program. She's taken great pains to organize it. So it's only fair that she conducts the proceedings of this program today. I would also like to make a brief mention of Dr. Prashant, who is also a member of the Health and Wellness Wing and has been silently organizing all the technical details of today's Zoom meeting. So without further ado, I would request Dr. Indumati to take up the screen and start the proceedings for the day. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for unmuting, Prashant. Chairman Natarajan of the Health Wing, today's special guest speaker, Dr. Vijay Kumar Singh, colleague Prashant, and all the members of Fine Arts who have assembled here today. A very good evening to all of you. Actually, I would say there are two pandemics right now. One is what I would call webinoria, where we're all so overexposed to so many webinars and virtual meetings. It's coming out of our ears and eyes. And people are definitely not looking very kindly towards webinar. And the second one is, of course, the COVID pandemic. And never before in my practice have I ever had patients and healthcare seekers know so much about technicalities of various tests and utter words like RT-PCR or adenovirus, attenuated virus, messenger RNA, etc. The world has really given enough time and attention to people to be able to study so much about a disease. So it has indeed been a very, very unusual situation. And no other vaccination has come under so much focus ever before because of the power of social media, print media, and enough time on people's hand and the nature of the pandemic. So it is our primary duty as healthcare providers to see that we definitely blow away all the misconceptions that people have and give the real truth to them so that they are well braced to take the vaccine, which is going to be a great measure in preventing from getting the virus into your body. Without much ado, I will first of all like to introduce Dr. Vijay Kumar Singh, who is a very noted personality in the field of community medicine. Dr. Vijay Kumar Singh, who has done his post-graduation and diploma in public health, is the additional professor in the Department of Community Medicine at the very prestigious Municipal Hospital, LTMMC, at Sion, which is very famous in the academic circles. With a teaching experience of over 3 decades and having graduated from the Nair Hospital, from where he did his DPH and MD, he has also got a diploma in family welfare as well as child health, an associate fellow of industrial health and international fellowship in medical education. He has actually been in charge of the entire COVID vaccination that is happening in Sion Hospital. And you can imagine it is like a factory. With clockwork precision, people are getting vaccinated around the 24/7. He's also in charge of COVID screening at Sion Hospital. He trains healthcare workers and he has trained the healthcare workers in COVID care in Seven Hills as well as the Jumbo BKC facility. He has also served time at Seven Hills in taking care of COVID patients. He is currently running the COVID vaccination, as I told you, and he's a co-author of a book on role of community medicine department in managing COVID-19 pandemic, which is really, really something very relevant and very recent. Our format is going to be Dr. Vijay Kumar Singh talking to us and presenting to us the story behind the whole COVID vaccination. Is it a risk or a reward? And then we'll have a question and answer session where you can type your questions into the chat. Please do not directly, you will not be unmuted, so you won't be able to ask questions. Please type them into the chat box. And we have some frequently asked questions which we will be asking. Over to you, Dr. Vijay Kumar.
Thank you, madam. Am I audible? Hello.
Sir,
Am I
can you
audible?
bring your microphone a little bit more closer to your mouth?
Am I audible? Hello.
Not very audible, sir.
One second. Let me adjust my mic. Hello.
Yeah, it's better.
I think it got little detached from my this thing.
Yeah, maybe.
USB point. Okay. Now it's okay.
Could
Hello,
be
sir. Is
better.
it okay? Hello.
Better, sir. It's better.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
better.
sir. Okay.
Can you speak a little louder because
Yes.
the voice is a little muffled.
Okay. Good evening, everybody, and good evening, madam. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll speak it loudly, and my slide is visible. Okay, thank you so much. Um, Madam Indumati Gopinath, Madam, Dr. Indumati Gopinath, Madam, thank you very much for my very elaborative and introduction. I'm so happy that I'm talking to people who are so interested. So many are not from non-medical field, but seeing their enthusiasm and definitely a lot of things are going on in the world and WhatsApp messages and so much of thing going on. People wants to take messages, want to take information from different sources. But definitely, I'm so happy that I'm talking to people who are committed towards social issues. Okay, and this is one of the social issues because COVID vaccination, we want it to be successful. Okay, and there are a lot of misconception behind this. Okay, so what I have planned my lecture is first, what I'll do is I'm going to give you short introduction of this whole scenario of last year. Okay, and Madam said that we have to give, you will come to know about all the stories behind this one. It's very difficult to tell you in short, but I will focus myself to vaccination. And in case you have some questions to ask, definitely I will answer. A lot of things are there. Cannot be discussed in 1 hour or 1.5 hours. Okay, so how I have planned the topic, relevant topic which was given to me is risk or reward. COVID vaccination, risk or reward. So from the beginning, I will clear this point. I will not keep you suspense. It is only reward. Okay, whatever risks are involved, I will tell you. And but if you weigh the risk and reward, you will come to know that it is reward only. Okay, but to understand the reward, to understand is a reward, I have planned this lecture. Okay, once you go through the session, you will be able to understand why it is reward. Okay, so one point which I'll discuss is this about this pandemic, about coronavirus, corona disease. Okay, and after that, I'll tell you about what is the role of vaccine. But to understand the role of vaccine, one must understand the immunity system of our body. Okay, so to make you understand immunity system of our body, little bit scientifically, which is very simple for non-medicals, I have made my PowerPoint. Okay, so that you will understand what is the immune system of our body, how it responds to a natural infection, why so much death occur. Okay, and other point which I want to present is what is the role of vaccine, how vaccine creates immunity, like natural infection creates immunity, same way vaccine also creates immunity. So how vaccine is important to create immunity in our body. Okay, and which are the different vaccines and what are their different types. Okay, now why types? Because there are different school of thoughts and school of working, that they are working in different type of vaccine which is to be produced. Okay, so what are these different types and what is mechanism, scientific reasons behind those types. Okay, and what is the importance, what is actually good about our vaccine in India which we have generated, that I will cover. Okay, and after that, whatever vaccine is available in India, that I will discuss on a stretch. After that, how a person can take vaccine, what are the requirements, that I have covered. And when you come to Sine Hospital to take vaccine, where I'm in charge of vaccination, okay, so how you can take vaccine, what is the procedure involved, and what are different steps, and how much hours you should spare to take vaccine, that also I will be elaborating, okay. And actually, this lecture I have agreed to take on the request of Dr. Uh, Brado Madam, who is ENT HOD in our college. Okay, and I am really thankful on the behalf of our dean and our HOD Madam, Dr. Seema Bansali Roke. I, 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 I am thankful to everybody that a lot of donations came to our hospital uh, because of Crit Lab and other clubs. Okay, so I'm really thankful. Okay, I same kind of you know same kind of help I also expect in future for vaccination drive which we are carrying out now. Now we have only for health workers and frontline workers. Now from Monday, government has declared that we have to give people over 50 years of age and also people over 45 years of age with comorbid conditions. So we are expecting a lot of huge rush, huge people. But many people will come and take the vaccine, and we require really help from NGOs to smoothen to help us out to smooth smoothly affect this particular vaccination drive. So
Excuse me,
now,
sir. Could you make it a little bit more louder?
yeah, actually, I'm
Sorry.
let me go to my adjustment of my this thing mic.
Yeah, maybe.
Thank you so much for pointing out this because I was
Because you are spending so much time for us, and
now just I'm increasing my volume input. I'm increasing. It is not getting increased.
can you?
Hello. Now,
Yeah, much better.
yeah, because I've increased my volume of my mic over here
It's much
from the
better.
setting. Okay.
Can we have some feedback from people? Is the audio better? Can you talk something, sir?
Hello. Now I'm actually starting my talk. Is it okay now?
Yes.
I think I can't increase more than this because only I can shout if you want. Okay. Okay, sir. Is it clear now?
Yes, better, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Please continue.
I will just discuss.
Sorry, sir, you muted yourself. Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. The event that happened last year, it was reported only at on 8th December 2019 when several cases of pneumonia which were of unknown reason. There was no reason behind, there is no cause behind that which doctors have found out. Okay. They have reported from Wuhan, Hubei province of China. Okay. And those patients suddenly, very fast, they went into rapidly developing ARDS, that is acute respiratory distress syndrome, acute respiratory failure, and other serious complications, and resulting into miserable death. And that was from 8 December story went on. And you have seen how devastated conditions we have faced. Public Health Expert Committee in China found that majority of cases reported early were related to exposure to animal, particularly that available at Hunan seafood wholesale market. So from here, people were the cases were linked that they have taken food from here and they went into the pneumonia. They got some infection and they went to pneumonia and very severe pneumonia, went to ARDS and mortality. So and after that, their own laboratory, they have tested that particular agent and they were able to culture and they were able to take out that particular organism from throat swab of a patient. Okay, and that was on 7th January 2020. Okay, and it was called a novel coronavirus. Okay, and it was named by WHO 2019 new coronavirus. It was also called as SARS-CoV-2, that is severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. This was the name given to the virus, and this virus was under electron microscopy. It was looking like this, which pictures I have already presented to you. And then we had scientists, we have artists to copy this particular organism and put on the paper like this coronavirus. What pictures we see, actual, it is not actual coronavirus, it is the imaginary picture after looking at the electron microscopy. Okay, and if you see this coronavirus name given because it was looking like a crown. Corona in Latin is called as crown. Okay, so this crown is nothing but these are the spikes on the surface of the body of virus. Okay, so the name was given coronavirus, and you see the good picture. If you don't have corona pandemic in your, if you just imagine there is no corona pandemic, and these are the pictures given to us. So we will imagine this picture, a very good picture, fancy picture, and colorful picture. Okay, and like design of some, design can be used anywhere. Okay, so this so much good looking pictures, we never thought they will cause a devastating picture. And if you see microscopic picture, it is like this, under the microscope, and then magnified picture and another magnified picture. Okay, and we never thought such kind of virus will create some problem. Okay, if you see actual diagrammatic or the schematic diagram of this virus, there are some proteins which this virus uses to do the pathogenesis or to create damage into the human cells. Okay, these proteins are N protein, that is nucleocapsid protein, S protein, spike protein, very very important protein, that is spike protein which is present on the spike. M is the membrane protein, and HE, hematoglutinin esterase protein, envelope protein, that is E protein, and RNA single-celled virus. So this is the RNA single-celled virus. This is the actual diagrammatic picture of all proteins which are all, you can say, weapons which this virus has got. These are all weapons actually with this virus. Okay, and each and every weapon is important for this virus to cause problem in human race. Okay, so we never thought that this beautiful virus, which picture we have seen, will cause fearing situation like this. Okay, and the devastating effect of humankind this virus is produced. Virus is very smart, it can now changing its nature. Okay, because we have identified the virus. Okay, so we have to be very careful, and we'll see little, and nobody knew that where it was leading to, where is the end. Still we are fighting. We have got the vaccine, little hope we have got, but because of our nature of human being, getting doubts or not accepting the real facts, they have all confusion. Okay, so we don't know whether we are on the right track. Definitely vaccine is there, we have to take vaccine. Okay, but we don't know what is the future, but hopefully it is good. All over the world, so many cases. The Southeast Asia, America is leading, and we have India, the second highest number of cases. And in India, the Kerala is the Maharashtra is the leading. Even Kerala, there are so many cases. Okay, and if you see statistics as on 27, yesterday, okay, I have taken the statistics. The whole world, we have more than 113 million cases, and there are 21 million died, the active cases, and 2.5 million died. Okay, in India, we have 11.1 million cases. We have 1,60,000 active cases and 0.15 million deaths. Okay, in Maharashtra, we have more than 2 million cases, 64,000 we have active cases, and 52,000 died. So this is the statistics, which is very, very fearful statistics. Okay, now let us see now how this virus spreads from one person to another person. These pictures which I have taken is of showing you how it spreads unknowingly. We don't know, it is not visible thing. So this particular man is coughing. Maybe sometimes if you talk also loudly, it can come with the droplet infection. Droplet, this thing, droplets are coming out of the coughing, and this another person is standing over here. They can get all these droplets on her body or his body. Okay, this is about how it transmits. Okay, and then this person shakes hand with third person. It goes to third person, and that person after shaking hand touches the mouth and eyes, so it gets the infection. Okay, this person is coughing, touches the surface. Okay, another person touches the same surface, gets the infection. So this virus can be transmitted directly or indirectly. Indirectly by the way of droplets, by the way of touching, by the environment, by touching the surfaces. Frequently touch surface are very dangerous. Okay, in nowadays situation. Okay, so we need to take care that it should not spread. Now people are exposed to this infection. Many of them they get the infection. So the infection, the virus can be transmitted from one person to another person. You can say person who is pre-symptomatic, who has got the infection, but till he has not developed the disease, that is pre-symptomatic. That person can transmit 47% of the time. The new host, the new person, a new individual gets infection 47% of the time from that kind of individuals. He can get infection in 38% of time by the symptomatic cases, by asymptomatic 6% of the time, and by touching the surface 10% of the time. So this is all rough statistics, but one has to understand it, whether it's 6% or 47%. We have to take care of all these individuals, but mostly we have to take care of the asymptomatic cases and pre-symptomatic cases, because we don't know those persons whether they are suffering or not. All surfaces are actually potential for transmitting infection. We don't know who has touched that surface, who has coughed near the surface. Incubation period is around 14 days, you can say. Okay, maximum period, and average 5.2. What is the incubation period? It is the period of the disease where after the entry of organism into the body, and after that the person develops signs symptoms. Okay, so this difference of this duration is called as incubation period. Entry of organism and developing signs symptoms. Okay, this incubation period is used for making patient quarantine, isolating patient for 14 days. Suppose we know that that person has visited that area where this he has in contact with that person who is having the infection. Okay, or he is suspect. Okay, so he should be quarantined for 14 days. That was done initially, which when we started doing international screening, the screening of international people, at airport. 14 days quarantine. Now also, whenever we find out case, and then the contacts are quarantined for 15 days. And the stages of this disease, it starts with the asymptomatic. There is no symptom, even if person is infected, asymptomatic, and the spectrum of disease is from asymptomatic to mild, moderate, and severe, and then critical, where it is known for respiratory failure, shock, and multi-organ failure. And clinical stages, mild, moderate, and severe, are defined roughly just to manage the cases in facilities, like where we should send mild, where to send moderate, and where to send severe. Because if we send everybody in one facility, it will be very difficult to organize treatment, because for as far as treatment is concerned, for mild, moderate, and severe, these are very different types of protocol. Kind of protocol is being developed by doctors and by scientists, and it has been given as a protocol to all government facilities, all private facilities, how to take care of these three cases, because line of treatment and line of management for these three cases are different. Let us see now what is mild case. Mild case is the case where the person after infection has got low grade fever, less than 100 degrees Fahrenheit, has got dry cough, has got fatigue, has got headache, has got recent loss of taste or smell. He might have gastrointestinal symptom like vomiting and diarrhea. He might get on the skin itching and painful patches. Okay, that is found especially in young people. Okay, that is mild case. Now, mild cases are admitted. There is no respiratory, difficulties, like no breathlessness, no oxygen saturation, decrease. So these cases are treated in CCC, that is COVID Care Center, where we send them to for mild treatment, like So I know many of you always thinking that why I'm discussing all this. Okay, but this is required. There are few slides on this, and then I will go to vaccination. Okay, so on moderate cases, uh, fever is little high, 101 to 102 Fahrenheit. Patient might get chills and drivers, means very good, very strong, feeling of cold. Okay, patient has deep cough, like coughing from inside, deep cough, fatigue, and the body ache, muscle pain, general feeling of being unwell. Okay, and these cases also are monitored with the oxygen saturation. Okay, and then oxygen saturation maybe less or maybe okay, like so we'll decide the treatment. Moderate cases are taken care of in DCH, that is in designated COVID uh, hospital. Okay, and the severe cases are shortness of breath, breathlessness, chest discomfort, confusion and responsiveness, trouble staying awake, eye problem, watering of eye, eyelid swelling, okay, and maybe cyanosis, that is bluish discoloration of lips and face is there. And for the treatment purpose, again, this mild, moderate, and severe are classified. In mild cases, the SpO2, like oxygen saturation, which we take with the help of that pulse oximeter, that is more than 95% at room air. There is no consolidation, there is no respiratory symptoms. Okay, the respiratory rate is normal. These cases are just for observation. They are sent to CCC. Okay, and just because they are cases, so they have to be isolated. So they are sent to CCC for observation. No active treatment is given, just for observation. And second stage is again divided into two categories: the people with hypoxia, people without hypoxia. So hypoxia is what? Less oxygen. So if saturation is less than 92 to 95%, X-ray and CT scan shows finding of COVID positive, COVID-19 positive. That is, their RAT score is less than, but RAT score is less than 5. Okay, and respiratory is more than 16. So these cases are admitted in DCH, designated COVID hospital. Now, third stage is severe disease where there is hyperventilation and patient has a lot of breathing problems, respiratory failure type 1, breathlessness, respiratory is more than 20, CRP is increased more than double, okay, and oxygen saturation is less than 90, X-ray CT scan findings, the RAT score is more than 5, and these patients may get pulmonary embolism and sudden death, okay, and breathlessness, and they just go like
Sir, sorry
yeah.
to interrupt you. Since we have only 30 minutes more and we also have some question answers.
Yes, sir. I will just skip. When you want, I will skip because I thought this is
Come to the
non-medico population. So I have covered only this much. Okay, and I requested Madam I will extend my time. Okay, so
Yeah, kindly we'll come to the
because
vaccine.
yeah, I will come to the vaccine, but before that also I will take a little time. Um, for
Yes,
to reduce the spread, we have these methods. Okay, so it's quarantine, isolation, social distancing, mask, compulsory hand washing. This all and mostly strong measure is vaccine. Now we'll come to the vaccine. Okay, now why vaccine? Now I will not go in details of this vaccine. Okay, the introduction part because time is less. These are definitely critical tool, and scientists are day and night there after vaccine, and they it is very important. And if we have a very safe and effective vaccine, definitely it is a game changer to the transmission. Okay, now before we go to the vaccine, we must understand about the what is immune system. Immune system, the immune system is the body's natural defense mechanism against disease causing agents such as bacteria, virus, and parasite. We have innate immunity, whether we have macrophages, and we have acquired immunity, B cells and T cells. Okay, so macrophages, they swallow the foreign particles, digest germs and dead cells. Okay, and they leave behind some particles called as antigen, and against antigen, our second line of defense is WBC, that is called B cell. They produce antibodies, and then we have another cells called as T cells. They attack cells in the body that have already been infected. Okay. Now we have four categories of vaccine. One is whole virus vaccine, sub-unit vaccine, vector, viral vector vaccine, and nucleic acid vaccine. Aims of all vaccines are same, that is to produce immunity to the SARS-CoV-19 virus. Okay. So let us go by one with these four types of vaccine. Okay. Whole virus vaccine is nothing but it is uh, uh, first diagram is active virus. So the SARS-CoV virus 19 is modified. Either it is weakened with the help of chemicals or it is disabled. Okay, so this is a weak virus. This is a disabled virus. Okay, an immune response can be generated because out of this weakened and disabled virus as the normal mechanism, right? So immune system defense mechanism gets activated, and antibody when we inject these two kind of viruses. Okay, so T cells attack the virus and infect cell body. Okay, so let us see for subunit vaccine. We can just take spikes protein, okay, which is used to make the vaccine, okay. But here, due to small protein, sometimes defense immune cells which attack infect does not recognize the protein. That is the problem with this kind of vaccine spike protein, okay. Therefore, weaker immune response we get, okay. We have to overcome this. We have to add some adjuvant to make our immune response stronger, okay. And in this such vaccines, we require booster doses. Third type of vaccine is viral vector vaccine, where we use the cover of harmless virus. Okay. Now this is in Covishield we have used. We have used the virus which the coronavirus which affects chimpanzee. Okay, the common cold. It causes common cold. That shield we have taken, that cover we have taken, and we have put DNA or the genetic material in this particular the virus, and it is injected by the way of vaccine. We get strong immune response without need of adjuvant, okay. And one type of virus can be used for range of different entities disadvantage, and it is very complex to produce, okay. Fourth category of vaccine is mRNA vaccine. This vaccine use cells in the patient body to produce antigen. A short fragment of genetic code is taken from target pathogen. It is in the case of SARS-CoV-2 virus, protein is taken and introduced into the patient cell, okay. These cells then mimic the response of viral reproduction in the body during natural infection. Thus, instead of creating copies of virus, large amounts of antigens are produced and strong immune response is triggered. That is about mRNA vaccine. Now, all these four types of vaccine, they produce strong immunity against SARS-CoV virus, and they stimulate immune response to an antigen, and that antigen is present in the spike protein of the virus. Okay. Now, I will explain you. See, now it is your choice. Now few slides, maybe 5 or 6 slides are there with me, which will show you the response to the normal response or body to the infection, okay, of COVID, how COVID causes infection. So this COVID virus goes into this is the COVID virus, goes to human cell, okay, and enters into the human cell with a spike protein, with a strong protein, and goes inside the human cell, okay, and damages it is powerful protein, it liberates powerful protein, and genetic material uses the cell proteins to multiply, to replicate. Okay, these particles are then replicate the new particles. Then they go to the cytoplasm. They take another proteins, and they again they sort of multiply. And after multiplying, they leave that cell after the cell death. Okay, and then again infect another group of cells, adjacent cells, okay, and then also they make them the adjacent. And at this stage, what happens is that it up to 2 weeks, this time after 2 weeks of infection, this can happen, and then it starts producing symptoms in the body, okay. And then what happens is body tissue and multi-organ dysfunction can occur, or if the virus load is less, then and our treatment which we give, supportive treatment which we give, and the medicine which we give, by this we kill the virus. Okay, if we succeed, then patient improves. If virus succeed and they multiply so much so that they produce all kind of dysfunction or multi-organ failure, okay, then that is about that is we can't help in that case. If patient comes late in the infection, 4th day, 5th day, 10th day, then we can't help it because already infections are occurred. Okay, so infected cell altered the immune system. Okay, now what happens? How immune response develops out of this infection? So virus, when it goes into cell, the immune response is initiated, and the spike protein produced within the cell, and this protein, it is presented on the cell surface. Now this cell surface protein is identified by our cytotoxic T cell, and they get activated and they get attached, and they try to utilize that particular antigen. Along with that, when we have particles which are remaining and the cell which is damaged, they also create some kind of reaction in the body, and they attract or they initiate development of professionally, say professional antigen presenting cells, which is dendrit cell, B cells, macrophages, reticular cell. These cells are created, and they dendrit cell, which is very strong, most effective cell, goes to the virus, goes to cell debris, and they engulf those, and then it goes into the nearest lymph node. Okay. Now, when it goes to nearest lymph node, here we develop helper T cells. Okay, and then helper T cells, with helper T cells, that protein get neutralized. Okay, and then also some other cells called as beta cells also are generated because of the debris. Okay, and these are the three mechanisms by which we have cell immunity. Okay, and also we get antibody immunity because of beta cells. Okay, the process takes 2 weeks. During this time, person is sick, and the virus may destroy vast number of cells, tissue, and organs. Now, immunity by vaccine. So, what we have seen about the natural virus, about the original virus, okay, this virus can be attenuated, that is weakened, and this virus can be inactivated. This both virus can produce similar kind of immune response in the body. That is the principle behind the vaccine. Okay. Other principle is we can have this weakened virus, inactive virus, we have CoronaVac, which is developed by China, and Covaxin, Bharat Biotech, India. They use this, inactivated type of vaccine. So they use inactivated virus. Okay. So now another type of vaccine is the subunit, the spike protein. So similar, spike protein also they generate kind of immune response as the natural, but the immune response is only antibody mediated. So we can only antibody that is may not be sufficient to give you good protection, but definitely they are good to not have side effects. Okay, so these are different kinds of nucleic acid vaccine, mRNA vaccine. All this I can explain you, but the time is less. I will skip those, and I will straight away go to the vaccine which are developed, or the phases of vaccine development. What are the different phases by which a vaccine undergo a check, so that FDA can approve that vaccine, and where our vaccine was approved at what stage, that I will tell you. Every vaccine must go through extensive and rigorous testing to ensure it is safe before it is introduced. Vaccine development takes place in series of phases. First phase is preclinical, then clinical trials, approval, and the distribution. Now, phase in clinical trial, which starts preclinical, that is exploratory stage, occurs in animals. Okay, so vaccines are tested in laboratory animal for what? For side effects to be monitored, for efficacy. Now, for side effects, we inject vaccine to the whatever vaccine we are developing, inject to the animal, here in mice mostly. Okay, and then we see the side effects, whether the mice is getting temperature or some side effects or dies, and we test the efficacy after whether the development of antibodies taking place or not. Okay, and then we inject the virus, and after injecting virus, we see whether the animal dies, or if everything is okay, it goes for trial 1. Okay, after clinical, it goes for trial 1. In trial 1, the number of people which are tested is it is voluntary, and less than 100 people are selected or voluntarily, and this now vaccine is for the human use, human test, for the testing the human. Okay, the safety, what we do is, in this phase, safety and efficacy both are tested. Now, safety for complication and efficacy for 2 reasons. One is either it will prevent the infection or prevent the progress of the disease, like mild, moderate, and severe cases, to decrease those cases, or to altogether prevent the infection. Okay, so any side effects, adverse reaction are looked for. And third thing is doses. Doses are calculated, and they are fixed in first phase. Okay, the doses for upper limit or lower limit. Suppose we go higher doses, it might have side effects, or if we give lower doses, it might not produce the response which we need. Okay, so this range of doses, upper and lower limit, is decided in first phase. And in second phase, then everything is okay, then goes for second phase. Second phase is nothing but it is the on the larger scale. 100 to 1000 people are selected and vaccine is administered to them. The sample is selected such that the demographic and sample match with those of the population in terms of age, sex, gender. So now here the groups are made, like depending on age, sex, and comorbid conditions, and then they are tested. Okay, again for the development of side effects and also for efficacy and the doses which are already determined in first phase. It goes for third phase then. Third phase is larger, where more than 1,000 till 10,000 people are invited to take part in trial. Okay, and two groups are made. Now in third phase we make two groups. Okay, so one group is given vaccine, other group is given placebo, and then two groups are tested for each and everything which I have already mentioned. Now, based on this, we have Indian vaccine. Two vaccines are currently being administered. One is Covaxin, other is Covishield. Now, Covaxin, India's indigenous COVID-19 vaccine by Bharat Biotech, is developed in collaboration with Indian Council of Medical Research and National Institute of Virology, Pune. The vaccine is developed using whole virion. Now, I have told you what are the different types of mechanisms where we develop vaccine. So, whole virion is used, which is inactivated, right? And inactivated vaccine do not replicate and are unlikely to revert and cause pathological effect. They contain dead virus incapable of infecting people but still able to instruct the immune system to mount a defensive reaction against infection. Now, Covishield uses a replication deficient chimpanzee viral vector based on weakened version, which already I told you, of common cold virus, adenovirus, and causes infection in chimpanzee and contains genetic material for SARS-CoV-2 virus spikes protein. We have 4 more vaccines which are released by different countries. Oxford AstraZeneca, which is same kind of vaccine which we have developed in Covishield. Moderna RNA vaccine, Pfizer BioNTech RNA vaccine, and no, only difference is RNA vaccine require a lot of stringent cold chain maintenance. Okay, like 90, they require -70 degree, and Moderna require -20. Okay, which can be up to 6 months only. Okay, and our vaccine which we have developed, the Covishield and this Covaxin, they require temperature which is as other vaccines like 2 to 8 degrees centigrade, which can be easily maintained. There is no logistics required, no extra logistics required. Those logistics we have already. We just compare Covishield and Covaxin because on the 16th of January, when we got permission to start Covishield vaccination in Sion Hospital, lot of amongst doctors also there was a confusion which vaccines to take, Covishield and whether to wait for the Covaxin. Okay, so thing is that when we compare, then we'll come to know and you can decide. So this is Covishield is vaccine, viral vector vaccine. Okay, and it is whole virion inactivated vaccine. It is manufactured by Serum Institute of India. It is manufactured by Covaxin is by ICMR and NIV, along with biotech. Route of administration both intramuscular, both 2 doses with 4 weeks apart. Storage is same. Okay, and AEFI adverse events following immunization was specially we have looked for. Okay, until now in Sion Hospital we have not got so much of we have few AEFI that is also mild. Okay, that is injection site tenderness, pain, fatigue, malaise, pyrexia, chills, arthralgia, nausea, and I have taken both the doses till now. I have completed my vaccination. Okay, and hardly any like mild fever and body ache I had, and I think everybody in the Sion Hospital, all doctors and who were attending Sion Hospital from outside also, they did not have any major problem after vaccination. Okay, so cost wise, I will not go in details. Okay, efficacy 70.4% Covishield, and for Covaxin it is yet to be decided. Okay.
Dr. Vijay Kumar, can we kind of start with the frequently asked questions so that all these come up in that itself?
Okay, so actually I have covered everything. If I go slide by slide, at the end, I think all questions are covered.
Okay.
And if remaining, then you can ask. I'm going a little fast. Okay, so I
All
will
right.
not see if you say whatever there is in the literature of what you say Covishield and Covaxin, what precautions are to be taken, contraindication. So those should I
Okay.
skip those or should I tell
No,
that?
no, this slide seems very important. So please, you can
Further
explain.
slides also are very important, madam. So
Okay.
here, precautions and contraindications for COVID vaccination. Authorized age group is above 18 years of age. You cannot give below 18 because trial is not been done. Co-administered vaccine should not be taken. So suppose if you have taken any other vaccine and you want to take the vaccine, the difference should be of 14 days. Interchangeability of vaccine is not allowed. Suppose you take Covaxin, you cannot take Covishield for second dose. Contraindication: persons with history of anaphylactic or allergic reaction to previous doses of COVID vaccine, immediate or delayed onset of anaphylaxis, pregnancy and lactation. Now, temporary contraindication, like for some time, suppose patient in this condition, COVID vaccine is to be deferred for 4 to 8 weeks. Okay, persons having active symptoms of COVID infection, maybe may not be having for COVID, but other may be having fever. Okay, so postpone it for 4 to 8 weeks. Patient who have been given this vaccine, okay, these vaccines, no, this coronavirus plasma, so that have to be waited for or wait for 8 weeks. Okay, acute or unwell or hospitalized patient, special precaution: vaccine should be administered with caution in persons with history of bleeding or coagulation disorders. So many of people having history of on ecosprin and atorvastatin, okay, they were told to stop for 4 days and take this vaccine. But if you person is having history of bleeding disorders, then we have to not give this vaccine. Okay. Condition where it is not contraindicated. Persons with past history of COVID infection, not a contraindication. History of chronic diseases and morbidities, not a contraindication. Immunodeficiency, HIV patient on immune suppressant drugs, not a contraindication. COVID vaccination protocol. Now, as per Government of India, local authorities guidelines, we have designed. There is compulsory pre-registration. Okay, the beneficiary has to confirm his registration at the registration counter first, and then go for screening, for fitness, and then he has to take vaccine. Then the beneficiary is given token number, and then he has to again go for checkup of this identification. Okay, and after administration of vaccine, the beneficiary has to wait for 30 minutes. So here, in short, I would like to tell you: first, pre-registration is important, and then your name will come in the list. You will get the message. You come to the hospital with that message, and that message and with your identification card will be checked by the security people in the first gate. Okay, and then the person will go to the IT person, who will again check in the computer that whether your name is there or not, and then he will enter your name and generate kind of token. Okay, that token you have to take and wait in the waiting room till your number come in the screen, and then you will be told to go to booth. We have 10 booths. You can go to booth, whatever booth is assigned to you, 1, 2, 3, 4 on that particular token. Okay, and then you go to that booth. Before you go to the booth, again you have to undergo security check. For what? For your I-card, for your PAN card. Okay, and then they will write that you have attended the vaccine center. Okay, and then you have to wait there. There will be screening test. Our interns, our residents, our medical specialists, like RMO from lecturer from medicine department, they check you. They will ask your history, and if you found that there are no contraindication, then they will give you green signal to go to their booth. Go to your booth, take vaccine, and give your email ID. Okay, so that we will be able to give you certificate at the end on your email ID. Okay, and then after taking vaccine, you wait in the observation room. In observation is a very airy and very good room where we provide biscuits, tea, and water, everything. Okay, you half an hour you can wait with you can meet your old friends there. Okay, and chit chat. We have all magazines and newspapers kept there for your time pass. Okay, this is our centers. What is called as layout. Okay, so I already told you the procedure. Okay, we have entry security guard, then we have our IT people. Okay, and then wait over here, and then again go for this is the vaccine center. This is the waiting room. First check, and there is a this is our actual vaccination room. Okay, where we have 10 booths. I have shown only 5 booths over here. Okay, see the checkpoint 1, 2, and then intensive checking. It is myself. I have taken vaccine after making a line queue. All procedures are adopted. So I am in charge of that vaccination center. I can directly go and tell people to get token for me. But what I did all with the procedure. This is the intern who's checking for this thing. Then vaccination. This is the after vaccination. Meet your friends, and then here observation room. Statistics till now, worldwide, 2 to 7.5 million cases given, users have taken vaccine in India. We have more than 14 million cases given vaccine in Maharashtra. 11.4 lakhs we have given. Among them, for 28,500 is health workers. Now, FAQs which I have received. Okay, so if you want to ask me now FAQs, so I will answer those FAQs. Or I will take FAQs which was given to me one by one.
Yeah, yes.
Take questions that were already sent to you.
Yes. So, which COVID vaccine is most effective? That was the most important question in everybody's mind, whether it is doctor, mostly the doctors, and also afterwards people will come to know which vaccine is effective. So many vaccines are there. So, in my opinion, really speaking, my opinion, Pfizer vaccine effective after 1 dose. Okay, study finds the first dose of Pfizer vaccine is 85% effective against infection between 2 and 4 weeks after first jab, according to study. So this study shows that Pfizer vaccine is effective. Okay, can COVID-19 vaccine makes me sick with COVID? No, none of COVID vaccine contains live virus that causes COVID-19. So a COVID-19 vaccine cannot make you sick. Maybe it will cause symptoms like disease, like fever, fatigue, pain, not major symptoms, mild symptoms. Has introduction of vaccine in market been hurried? What are its implications and effectiveness? Researchers worked very hard day and night. It was done on the war footing, not as word hurriedly means, okay, jaldi jaldi sab kar diya, not like that. Okay, vaccine was introduced in a country only after regulatory bodies clearance, which was based on its safety and efficacy. No compromise was done for any vaccine. So I think it is not hurried. It was properly done. Okay, and effectiveness, each and every vaccine I have shown you in chart. Any precautions to be taken in diabetics? I think diabetics, there is no extra precaution. You continue your medicine, continue your advice as per the doctor, and can take. And in fact, these people must take vaccine as soon as possible. When will non-healthcare provider will be vaccinated, and when? Yes. So from tomorrow, it is being said that health above 50 years of age can take vaccine, and below 50, like above 45 and 50 with comorbid condition can take. But I have received the advisory from Government of India how to register. There is an app, okay, and there are so many procedures which I will forward you that particular thing to any one of you, okay, and from Monday it is happening, but I don't know when we will start in Mumbai, because we will wait always for NCGM instructions, directions, okay, so that is there. And this particular vaccine which we are giving is only for healthcare workers and front-end workers as per the emergency use authorization. Can senior citizen register as priority? Now they can register as a priority. Okay, now already government has given clear instructions that they are to be given. What documents are required? PAN card. Can pregnant women can be vaccinated? PAN card. If there is no Aadhaar card, only and number, phone number. It is very important to have phone number which is linked with your Aadhaar card. Okay, because sometimes you don't get message if you don't have linked Aadhaar linked number with Aadhaar card. Okay. Can pregnant women be vaccinated? No. So as of now, no, because it is not done. The trial is not done by pregnant women. Okay. Any precautions for diabetics, again the same thing. What happens if second dose is missed? So here, if first dose is taken, so second dose is taken after 28 days. Suppose you miss the second dose, in my opinion, you can wait till 3 months. 3 months, till 3 months you can take the vaccine. Okay. Since the trial is on, we don't know what is happening afterwards, whether the antibodies they wane off. So that data is not there with us. But I can tell you, as depending on as based on other vaccines like hepatitis B and all, so we can take vaccine second dose as soon as possible, even after 3 months. But still, it is not clear at this stage. But up to 3 months, you can take second dose. Should required patient takes vaccine? Yes, required patient after 4 weeks. Should yes, okay. What to do in case of any side effects? Now, in case of side effects, there are two things. First, doctors who are sitting in observation room, we have medicine department faculties and also RMOs who are taking care. And luckily, in our center, we are very near to EMS. But till now, there are no serious effects. Like only mild things we have seen. Like 2 or 3 people, they were having high blood pressure. So they came and they got little worried, and the pressure that shoots up. Okay, and we told them to take rest. We have beds over there. So after taking rest of maybe 10 to 20 minutes, they were all right. And counseling is required. Somebody should be there with them. Worry is always there. Okay, so atmosphere is such over there that people now are not getting all these effects. Only one case doctor has got little redness on the injection site. Okay, and in case there is anaphylaxis, or suppose we miss the person who is allergic but not giving history. Okay, person who is allergic to drug not giving history, then it can happen. So if anaphylaxis can occur, the serious disease, we have kit with us, AIFI kit, which immediately given to the drugs are given to the patient. Okay, and they are admitted to the hospital immediately. And in fact, by orders, in all hospitals where vaccination drive is going on, they are keeping ICU bed vacant for the cases who will come after vaccination. Which is better, Covaxin or Covishield? I say which is better. The first answer which I gave, Pfizer vaccine, my personal opinion. But as per the conditions, now it is also, if you will see the news, best vaccine for you is the one can get right now. So you don't have to wait for Pfizer to come. You don't have to wait for Covishield or this Covaxin. Okay, you have to take that vaccine available now, because it's a question of your health. Okay, and then you can see afterwards you can do, but here you can take what is available. Okay, that is the best choice. Thank you very much. Any questions? I will be happy to answer.
Yeah, yes, doctor, there is a question whether Pfizer vaccine is available now, and whether one dose of that is enough.
I told you, one dose of Pfizer vaccine will give you 75% of protection. Okay, so anything 75% is okay. Okay, but it is not available. That is now India has allowed in the private sector the Covishield. Okay, at the cost of 250 rupees, because government is getting 200 rupees, and they have allowed private hospital, more than I think 10,000 hospitals all over India. They are given permission to give vaccine. Okay, private hospital. Okay, even I think I have a list of hospitals. I have a list of hospitals in Mumbai also. I will give you document. You can circulate document amongst your group, which hospitals are given permission. Okay, by Government of India. Okay, so that will solve your problem.
Okay. There is a question where a person has asked, a person on blood thinners, do they have to stop the blood thinner before the vaccination, and if so, for how long?
So I have many of my friends, doctor friends, who are on blood thinners. I already answered this question in my talk, that they have to wait for only 4 days after stopping the medicine and take the vaccine. One of the doctor in Sumaya Hospital has requested me, I am stopping medicine, because it is all, where there is an answer is coming or not, it all depends on software, all is digital. So I can help you. I cannot call you and give you vaccine and you stop for 4 days, you come and then it is observed that your name is not coming in the list. You never know where the name will come, in the list today, tomorrow, after that. So, but there is a provision that if you are registered and I can pick up your name in our system, your name is there, I can allot you that particular day. Suppose tomorrow you are coming and your name is already registered. So I can go to the system and I can find out your name. If it is registered, then I can pick your name for today's list. That is there.
Okay.
Okay, but your
Thanks.
name should be reflected. So that way we can do. But what happened in that case? The doctor from Sumaya was on the blood thinner, and she was my classmate. She took appointment that Saturday was decided. But unluckily, what happened? Saturday, all over India, the vaccine was stopped because of some app problem. So we don't know what happens. Okay, so 4 days. Your answer is 4 days. You can stop taking the
Okay.
vaccine.
Can patient with bronchial asthma be vaccinated?
Sure, there is no problem at all.
I think you have
Asthma,
answered
now,
most of the questions,
for
doctor.
asthma, I would mention over here that asthma should not be because of the asthma, breathlessness should not be because of COVID infection. Like suppose patient of this asthma, she has this asthma, but it's because of some other infection like COVID and he's not breathless. That is the only plain asthma which we are talking about. That is okay.
Okay. I think most of the questions that have been asked are answered. And I think still some people probably have not understood that it is a 2-dose vaccine. They're asking the same questions on the chat, whether it is a 2-dose or a 1-dose vaccine, sir.
Okay, I will tell you that.
So can you just emphasize that?
Yeah. Covishield, which we are giving in Mumbai, okay, that is 2 doses. 1 dose is the date of allotment, which automatically comes from our MCGM IT department. We get the list. Tomorrow's list we get today in the evening. Okay, that is the first dose. And subsequently, after 28 days, what we will give the date, but the same date will appear in your message. You get the message for first dose in your mobile. Okay, you come to the center, take the vaccine. Second dose of 28 days. But because of some problem in the app in the beginning, 16th and 19th of January, so they did not get exactly after 28 days. But it's already mentioned that after 28 days you can take up to 3 months. Okay, so after that, whenever your name comes, you can take. So actual period is at least 28 days period for second dose, and after that you can take.
Okay. Thank you. There is one more question. Whether this vaccine has to be repeated, the 2-dose vaccine has to be repeated every year, every 2 years, or is there anything like that?
Actually, I have taken care of this question in my talk. I have already said that this vaccine, when we take first dose, second dose, we don't know when antibodies are going to wane off. Okay, because it is under trial. This vaccine permission is given, approval is given to use for emergency situation. So after second phase of trial, this vaccine came in for the use for health workers. Okay, so third phase and subsequently fourth, it is not phase but production and distribution to the market for surveillance. So surveillance will show us studies on done during that. Surveillance will tell us okay, when the vaccine antibodies will be wane off, whether 1 year, 2 year, or maybe less, then we can repeat the vaccine. Now, no clear answer to this question now at present.
Yeah, I think WhatsApp has given a lot of misconceptions amongst the non-medical people, because somebody is asking, I have done my antibody tests 4 to 5 times and all the time it is negative. So should I go for vaccine? Obviously, they don't know the difference, I think, between antibody and antigen.
So, when I said the patient of COVID-19 also should take this vaccine, but after 4 to 8 weeks, after 2 months. So it itself means up to 2 months vaccine antibodies they wane off. Okay, so that is the reason. If anybody asking this question is actually not correct, because even if patient is suffering from COVID infection, proved patient still has to take this vaccine. Even if now chickenpox, what happened in chickenpox? Now after attack of chickenpox, also still people take chickenpox vaccine because the load of antibodies development is too much after vaccine, which you may not get in natural infection.
There is a question that someone has asked. if we do not get any side effects, that means is the vaccine effective or it is not it's not effective? Do we have to get symptoms to know that
No,
the
yeah.
vaccine is effective?
Uh, if you remember, the answer to this question is even if you don't get any symptom, it does not mean that vaccine is not effective. Okay. Once you get the vaccine, definitely it has effect in the body. Okay. And uh, what symptoms we have observed, I will leave behind the research, the papers or articles. Okay, research papers. What I have observed in my hospital, mostly people get fever, body ache, not fever, maybe very, only you can say body, warm body, not even measurable fever. You get body ache and like ill feeling you get, subnormal feeling you get. Okay, even with the old age, with middle age, I have seen lot of reactions, lot of fever, high-rise fever in young people, like interns. When they get little, fever, high fever and chills, and I observed that in young people the very response is very high, like fever and chills. But 1 day or 2 days, and it settle down.
Okay.
Okay, so does not mean that if you don't get, like BCG, it is like BCG. We give BCG, so sometimes there is no scar, so we don't repeat that. No,
Yeah.
it is presumed that the cell mediated immunity is already occurred.
I think, Dr. Vijay Kumar, I cannot thank you enough for the kind of information you have given. And you really got us a treasure house of information. And the prelude in terms of telling us about the seriousness of the illness and how important it is to take the vaccine has not been lost on us. It's been great. And, it's quite funny that when we were all in school, we used to take cholera vaccine, typhoid vaccine, and they used to give us 1 day chutti the next day because we used to get fever. All that we took it in our stride. Suddenly, when it comes to the COVID vaccine, it has become such a controversial topic. So I think we just need
So
to stop panicking. And when an authority like Professor Dr. Vijay Kumar Singh has told us that there is only reward and there is no risk, please put all your fears behind you. And from tomorrow, we have got a great timing by having the program
yeah,
today.
sure.
Just as they would say in Maharashtra, bindas. Just go ahead and get it done.
One more
Life
thing,
is more
madam.
important.
One more thing.
Yes.
One more thing. I think you all are working in a social cause, for a social cause. And if you see first day, 16th January, when first list of vaccination came, who will take the vaccine? It was all senior doctors. Like started with the dean and all head of the department. Okay, so that they will come forward and make a role model so that all doctors take, okay, of the college. And then same thing happened because you all will take. And I'll tell you, 94-year-old, 90, 84-year-old, I have not got the pictures. I have got pictures. If I mean, I never thought that there are so many doctors in the group here attending the lecture. I have myself given the vaccine to Dr. Yevlekar, to Dr. Mundra, Dr. Sanjay Oak, all taken vaccine in my center, and I was present there to help them out and to make them comfortable. And so Dr. Manglani madam, Dr. Fernandez madam, Dr. Kulkarni, Mamta Manglani madam and Fernandez madam, all this they have taken, and Dr. Mehta, all these people have taken vaccine, and they are really, they are retired, and after so long, after retirement, they have come back and they have taken vaccine, and all with gray hair, and some doctors also are very old. Okay, and I was lucky enough to meet them in my vaccine center and took them with them photograph. Okay, and kept my
Yeah. So nice to know that everybody is very keen to take the vaccine, and kindly put your fears behind you. And at the vaccination center also, there are doctors who will talk to you and who will help you. So please go ahead and get yourself protected. And may I request Dr. Prashant, one of our committee members of the health wing of Fine Arts, to propose the vote of thanks.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vijay Kumar Singh. Thank you for this evening. Thank you for your time for us. And I also thank our committee members from the Health and Wellness Wing of FAS Chembur. and especially to Dr. Indumati for organizing this at a very short notice, actually, and to Dr. Vijay Kumar to readily agree and come and assure us that this vaccine is safe to take, and go ahead when you get your call, when you register and you get your time and date for it. I also thank our chairperson, Mr. Natarajan, and the president of Managing Committee, FAS Chembur, Mr. Ramurthy. Thank you everyone for your attention, for your questions and your eagerness to know about this. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
There is a question which, last question, but it's okay. I will answer it.
You can ask it.
Thank you once again, everybody.
Thank you all. I will call it an end at this moment. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Good evening. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.